February 26th, 2025, detectives from the Juneau County Sheriff's Office executed a search warrant at a Wisconsin residence after a mandatory tip from Discord led investigators to the door. The tip didn't come from a neighbor or an informant. Federal law requires any internet platform to report suspected child exploitation material directly to the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. Discord complied. That's what started this.
They have 3 vehicles.
Oh, and 2 of them are gone?
Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna have to. Yeah, we'll breach it. There's that doorbell, but I didn't see a camera. Yeah.
Sheriff's office.
Do you want the RAM brought up?
Yeah, run the RAM up.
I'll just announce.
Yep.
Sheriff's office search warrant.
Good. Sheriff's office search warrant. Sheriff's office. Announce yourself.
Sheriff's office. Search warrant.
Sheriff's office search warrant. Door there. That's the upstairs, so let's clear that. Stand by. Dog. Hi, big dog. Hi, big dog. Hi there, baby dog. It's a golden retriever. He's bringing his toy, so we're fine.
Okay.
So,
Hi, pretty boy.
all right.
Search warrant.
Bathroom. Screws up. Okay.
Yep. There's a door to your right.
Yep, I get to stay away from there.
Door's open. Wraps all the way around.
Okay.
There's an open door back here.
Looks around, there's
Yeah.
an open door in the back.
Sheriff's office search warrant.
All right. All right, so the computer in question is in that room right there. So this office, huh? And the desk. Yeah, so we'll get, so I don't know, yeah, if somebody wants to do overalls.
I can, but I have to go get my work phone.
Yeah, I gotta go grab my, yeah, I do have my phone. So let me go grab the warrant, we'll sign that.
From the front door.
I'll sign that, we'll have that, so then you have that in photos. And then I think what I'll do is maybe I'll call her first.
Yeah.
And see if she knows where he's at. I can't imagine that they don't know we're here if they have that camera out there. Hi. Detective Guyette with the Sheriff's Office. So, we're gonna have to go down to the Sheriff's Office to have a conversation. So, we'll transport you down there. And then we'll give you that opportunity.
Can I go in and go to the bathroom? I just had a 3-hour drive. I did an hour and a half to the office, an hour and a half back, and you know, I came right from the office here. I need to go to the bathroom really bad. I'm sorry.
Okay. Yeah, we can get you up there. We can park the car. If you want to move the car, we'll get the car parked, and there should be another marked spot up there if you just want to park it up there. Yeah, behind that Chevy is fine.
You want me to park up? I'm gonna go around and park up by the garage?
Well, we'll just leave it right here. It's fine. Because we can drive around. That's fine.
All right.
Do you have anything on you?
My keys. I guess that's about it.
Okay, I just got to pat you down. Obviously, this is a search warrant, so we just got to make sure that you don't have any weapons on you.
Ballistics
Okay.
in my front pocket.
Okay.
No weapons.
Okay. All right. We'll go in the residence there. You can use the bathroom and.
So I don't know how any of this stuff works. So what's going to go on here? What's happening?
Well, that's what we'll explain. So I can show you the search warrant. You'll let you use the bathroom first, and then we can have a conversation.
You
as
guys
to
broke into my house?
we had a search warrant. Yep. So.
You guys just break into... Oh, Jesus.
Yep. Go ahead. I'll shut the door.
I can't believe you guys just did that. And I called you and told you I was on my way here. I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
No. There's a window, but that's it.
Except that do I need to call my wife and have her come?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I've been trying to call her back. She hasn't answered. So, I'll get it. We'll get a hold of her. Hi, Shelly. Hi, this is Detective Guyette. Tom's here at the house, and he requested I call you again to let you know that you need to come to the house too. So you're gonna. So then you would be on your way.
Yes.
Okay. Alrighty. I will see you in a little bit.
Well, I'm gonna put this over on the counter.
Okay.
Alright, what else do I need to do here?
Well, so obviously we're doing a search warrant. There's a copy of the search warrant right there.
Okay.
All right. So you can look at that if you want, but I can let you know what this is. So I'm part of the Internet Crimes Against Children Task Force. Okay. And so what we received is a CyberTip regarding activity on Discord. Okay. We did a Discord search warrant, and I found some concerning chat logs and photos and images, which led us here. Okay. So now we've already done the search warrant. We've already done the office, and we have already found the external hard drives. So I already know a very small picture on the preview of what's on the external hard drive. Okay, so that's what this is in reference to.
Okay.
All right. So right now you are going to be placed under arrest, preliminary as to what was found on that one hard drive. If you want, we can have a conversation at the office about everything else, but that's entirely up to you. Okay. But right now you are going to be placed under arrest for what's on at least one of the hard drives.
Okay. Do I have any rights to representation?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. And if that's what you want, then that's what we'll do, and we'll just leave it at that. That you want an attorney right now. Okay? And that's absolutely 100% that's your right.
Okay.
Okay? We are going to take your phone. The phone's in the car. Mm-hmm. Okay, so we are going to take your phone. All right? And then we'll go from there. All right? Is there a passcode on the phone?
There is.
Okay. Are you willing to provide the passcode or no?
I don't care.
Okay. Is it a numeric or is it a...
Well, I have a face.
Okay.
It opens with my face.
Okay. Well, we'll grab if you want to wait with him, I'm going to go grab his phone. Oh, why don't we go out there and do it? Because the warrant says we can do your biometrics.
Okay.
All right. So did you want to take that with you or you want to leave that for your wife?
I'll leave that with her.
Okay. All right. All right. So we'll have you come out here and then we'll go grab your phone and then we'll have the other.
Is there anything I can bring with me? Or
do you have your wallet and money? Do you have any cash you want to bring with you?
I got my keys for my car. Should I leave those?
Yep, just leave those.
Set of keys.
Yep.
I think my wallet's probably in my work bag.
Okay.
So I hope it's there. Otherwise I left without it. Can I go to my car now, or
Yeah, we'll walk with you.
with me?
Yeah, we're gonna go with you.
I'm not sure exactly where my wallet is.
Okay. Well, that's, I mean, you don't need that.
It could be in my office. I mean, it could be in the office in there.
Okay.
Did anyone find it in there?
I didn't pay attention if it was in there or not. You do, I mean, you don't need to take that with you. So,
It bugs me where it's at.
551, 1046.
If you could let Shelley know I did not find my wallet.
okay. I will let her know.
You want me to close this?
Yep, you can close that.
Is there anything I can bring with me, like a book or something?
They'll have stuff down there.
Okay.
What's the, you have to,
That's my birthday.
551.
so what is that one, your year?
Yeah.
Okay.
Cross County.
All right.
SF5 westbound.
Is there going to be stuff on here?
There's a trailer in the median.
I don't know. I mean,
That's fine. So obviously that's covered.
if it's based on chat, things, then yeah, I use my phone and my
Okay.
computer for chat. But
Okay.
I don't know why there's a child thing with it, other than I've chatted with people and role play stuff, but
Okay. All right. Well, Deputy Higgins is gonna transport you down to the jail. So, like I said, you are under arrest. So he's gonna place you in handcuffs. And so if you decide right now
do you want my watch?
yeah, you can probably leave that here.
Otherwise, I have a bag that I'm going to put your property in.
Yeah, we're gonna take your property, so we'll just take it with you. Well, actually, is this got cell phone on it? Do you use this for text messages or anything like that?
Not text messages.
Okay. All right.
But
Yeah.
it's an Apple Watch. I mean,
Yeah, we'll hang on to that too. So, all right.
Can I take this? Can I bring this?
They won't let you have it
It'll
in.
stay with your property.
They'll stay with your property, so they won't let you put that in. So, anything else in your pockets? He's gonna check you, and then anything else on there, he's gonna go in that bag.
Got your card on there?
That's
Yeah.
it.
All right, I'm going to walk them. Yeah, we'll take
You
it
want
on
this
there.
in?
Yep.
I'll take it when I pat you down and stuff. So we're going to walk to my car before I do all that. I'm going to shake your waistband a little bit, just so you know. There's that chapstick. I'm going to go in your pocket, just so you know. Alright. I'm going to have you place your hands behind your back for me.
What's that?
Oh, in the front?
He's being close.
Okay, you can face me. I'm going to place you in handcuffs. I'm going to kind of roll your wrist up. I don't want them too tight. How's that feel?
Good.
Okay.
I'm gonna raise my leg.
Go ahead. It's going to be a little bit of a tight fit.
Very tight.
Alright, Deputy Fast's going to buckle you in on that side.
Actually, can I go over my hands over it? Like that? Is that all right?
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Is that all right? I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know. Sorry. I don't know how any of this stuff works, so.
No worries. I'm going to close this, okay?
Hi, Charlie. I'm Detective Guyette, the one you were talking to on the phone.
Okay.
All right. We can go in the house here. So
Yeah, it's just to set my stuff down.
yeah. As you can see, we did have to breach the door to come in. So
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah,
so
because we lost the.
yeah.
So who pays for that?
Unfortunately, yeah, unfortunately that it is what it is. We don't take care of that. So this is a copy of the search warrant. He said to leave it with you. Okay, so you have that. So basically, what this is I work for the sheriff's office, but I'm part of the Internet Crimes Against Children Task Force. So received a CyberTip that came back to here. Okay, and it was regarding the app Discord. Okay, have you ever heard of Discord? Okay, so it's like a chatting platform that in doing the search warrant on Discord, found numerous chat logs that'll come back to Tom. Okay, and he was communicating with girls.
And is there like dates on that, or?
Yep, it goes back at the chat logs. The most recent one was October of last year that he was doing that, and it goes back to 2022. Okay, so but some of the concerning items that were included with the Discord is what we classify as child material. Okay, okay. For sure there was probably 3 or 4 that were on the Discord, which led us to do the search warrant here. And during the
What was the Discord name again?
it's just that's the name of the company.
Oh.
That's the name of the app, Discord. We did the search warrant. We searched the office. And obviously, he was sharing pictures of himself, and so we were able to identify the office. That office is where the photos were sent from. And he was sending pictures of himself and nude to what he believes to be girls. Okay. But then located in that office were numerous external hard drives. And for sure one we know, we did locate just right now, preliminary 5 videos of child. Okay. So he was placed under arrest for possession of child.
Watching the child
Yes, and he possessed it. He physically had it in the...
of how old?
Just briefly what I saw, it would be like probably prepubescent, so no puberty development, so probably 10, 12-year-old age range females. Some were actually being assaulted in the videos, just preliminary what I saw.
And what was the dates on that?
I have no idea. I don't know for sure what dates those were. But the simple fact, it doesn't matter on dates on that. He physically had the file. And I'm guessing, just based on what we're seeing, we're going to find a lot more once we do the finish the search of all the hard drives and stuff. One of the things that I want you to be aware of, okay, is I did locate a chat log, and during the chat he was talking to, and I can tell it's another male, and some photos that he sent were of you to this other person.
And I never.
That I'm thinking Tom had of you, and he sent this other person. Is there any time where he's had intimate photos of you?
Maybe a long time ago.
He said they were
Been married for like 30 years.
Yeah, he said they were probably a couple years old. So he did have photos. He's saying they were of you that he sent somebody else. So I wanted you to be aware of that. That your face isn't in the photos, but he's sending, and he was communicating, and obviously once everything, I mean, the chat logs are pretty explicit. I'm not gonna lie to you. So either with adults or children. So what he believes to be. So, do you have any questions or anything?
Well, I guess I have a lot of it.
Yeah. I'm so sorry that he's put you in the middle of this. Has there been, so one of the things that were talked about in the chat logs is that he made mention that this is something that you, not necessarily that he was talking to kids, but that he was chatting with people online in photos and stuff, and you guys found out about it a while ago.
I didn't find out about the photos, but we did actually go to marriage counseling after I found out he was doing the chats, and we were trying to get him to stop chatting. I didn't know he did all the other stuff.
Okay. And when was that? How long ago was that?
I think it was like in 21 or 22.
Okay. Because the chat,
Because he was kind of, so when we went to the counseling, I'm trying to think of the name. Midlife crisis or whatever. You know what I mean? Like because he just wasn't acting himself or anything. Until I found out that he was chatting, on the chats, and I thought he'd been done with that, but I didn't know about the other stuff. Okay. Yeah, it looks like most recent, it looks like October of last year, he was still chatting on Discord. And that's what led to the CyberTip being reported in And
November.
he said he wasn't chatting anymore, and I'm trying to trust him, but after you break that trust, it's really hard.
Yeah. Yeah, he said that
I
he was...
didn't know about the videos or whatever.
Yeah, so does he work every day, or does he work from home a lot of time?
He works from home, and then, like today, he goes one day to the office, because it's in Middleton, so it's pretty far. And then he works part-time at Menards. At
Okay.
night.
Yeah, because I could see in the chat logs he talked about that he only did it when you were at work. So you would work.
I work in the day at Lansing.
Okay. So he said he would do it while you were at work, and then he would make sure that he's not doing it when you're here. Is what he-
Chatting.
So there'd be times where he would send a message and say you're home, and so then he would stop and he'd say I can't talk right now. I'll talk later. So, but as of right now, so he is placed under arrest for 5 counts right now, minimum of possession of child. Once we do more investigation, because all we have is in the chats, they identify their age and location, so we have to try to verify if it's an actual real person. One of the things he was trying to say to us was that it was all role playing, that they're not truly girls, but he believes it's a fantasy that they have, and unfortunately he's not wrong. This does happen where people will pretend to be and to have males communicate with them and whatever they want to do with that. So
Because I have a hard time believing the child part of it. Because we have a couple of granddaughters. And
yep. How old are your
he would never.
How old are your granddaughters?
2 and 3.
Yep. And I think based on what I'm seeing, that he was talking about, like, he would say young, but like when I say young, I'm like young teenage is what he was. So I don't think we have no indication that young.
Well,
okay?
no,
Yeah.
But
So I
A
don't.
lot to take.
It's still a lot, and it's a worry because obviously, if he had, you just don't know, and if this is something that he's into, if something happened. So, and I get that fear. So he'll be in. I don't know if he'll go to court tomorrow, or he won't be today, but it may be tomorrow afternoon.
Okay.
So, and all of those counts do carry mandatory prison. So, but that's stuff that down the road. Okay. So, but obviously we have a lot more investigation to do. I don't know what other. I mean, we pulled, I think it was 4 external hard drives, and we have the computer
So,
in the office.
like he has a lot of computers because
Yeah.
he does spreadsheets and stuff. So, and you
Yeah.
just got it. So you have all the computers. Or
So, well, we have his. Oh, and how many computers do you know of that he has?
Well, he just bought one to do the spreadsheets, like 2.
He has the 2 monitors.
He's got the. Monitors. I mean, that's what I meant.
Yeah. I see he's got 2 monitors in
Okay.
there. Yeah. So, but he had 1 computer, and that computer was hooked up to both monitors. Is that your understanding?
Well, like when you look at his desk, there's 3 screens, 3 monitors.
Yeah. Well, I think there were 2 big ones. Was there 3?
I think there's 3.
There's
There's 3.
3 because he just got the other one.
Okay, so then he can move stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we have the tower, or the computer unit. The monitors are still there.
There's a couple laptops that were in a bag, like a laptop bag. I don't know how new they are, or if they're old ones.
Well, he has some old laptops. The one he takes to work, I don't know.
Yeah, we have this work
There's a
laptop.
backpack.
We have his work laptop. Yep.
Okay.
We have that one.
So there's a lot of every thumb drive and
He
SD
knows
card.
a lot of technology. I'm not a technology person, so
so
I don't
you're
know what
aware.
else. Yeah.
Just in case they're yours, there was an iPod that was sitting out here that was taken.
Oh, on the fireplace.
Yeah.
That's just an old one. We let our granddaughter pretend it's a phone.
Okay. Well, we took all those things just
So-
because we don't know at the time.
Yeah.
But so if you notice things missing, it's yours.
You only have electronical stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's just stuff that could capture something.
Yeah, so he had an iPad in there.
And
then-
so, what happens like with his phone?
Yeah, we have
Like,
his
does
phone.
he have his
Yeah,
phone?
nope,
Okay.
we have his phone. I took his phone, so
Okay.
we'll search his phone. We'll
Okay,
extract
so
his phone.
I won't be able to call him at all.
No, because
No.
he'll be in jail,
How does that
so
work?
he will be able to call you.
Okay.
Yeah, he'll be able to call you.
Okay.
At first, it'll come through collect, and it'll say inmate at the Juneau County Jail is trying to, and you have to push buttons to.
So
accept it.
that's in Boston.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you can set up an account, and then it'll be free phone calls. You have to pay for them, but they're like
A lot less.
pennies on
Yeah.
the. It's
If
like
he calls
I might
you
have
from-
to have my kids set me up an account because, like,
Yeah.
when I say I'm not very tech
Yeah.
Yeah.
If he calls you from booking, it'll come up restricted. So if a restricted number calls you, that may be it.
Okay. So what do I do next?
so really not much. I mean,
And then, like, do I call and do his work? I mean, what do I say? That's
that's
kind of like
to be honest with you. I think he put himself in this situation, so I think that's something he should be responsible for, not make you do that.
Or he'll
So-
call you and ask you to do certain,
Yeah.
contact certain people, and that's, it's up to you on how you handle it from there. It's a lot for you. Like, you're gonna be
I mean,
stuck in a situation he put you in, and that's,
like, I don't know if
yeah.
like, I don't know if I should go to work tomorrow. I have vacation days to use. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Nothing will happen as far as with him. At most, he would have a bond hearing at 2:30 in the afternoon tomorrow. But other than that, nothing court-wise would.
yeah, nothing's gonna happen
But,
today.
and nothing I have to go to for that.
Nothing you have to go through. I'm sure you're gonna have questions later, and you can contact one of us then.
Yeah.
Because
So that did my cell number come up there? 19.
Yeah.
Yep. So
yeah,
that's my direct number.
I don't trust anything.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely, and I know because
And
that's when.
especially after, like, I found out he was doing chats a while back, and
Yeah.
I don't trust anything. So I really thought it was a scam, and that's why I sent your number to my husband. And
Yeah, he called me right away,
I can't
and
believe anything.
yep. Oh, absolutely. You can't be. I mean, unfortunately, that is one of the new things they do is scamming, is pretend to be law enforcement, and so.
So, for my kids, I mean, they know that he was, like, before, like,
Yeah.
the 21, 22 time frame when.
They were chat because he said that you and then the kids and you, everybody was mad at him. He said that in one of the chats, so that's why he was careful as to when he was chatting. And
So, which I had thought he had stopped altogether, but still, at some little ounce of me was like,
But
but
you-
I didn't know about the
Yeah,
other stuff.
yeah.
So,
and that's normal because stuff like that they don't want people to know, and they're not going to tell you, especially when they're when they have the child. So. Well, obviously, we're going to do searching on the computer. We're going to search all that stuff. So it's going to take some time. And once we have a better grasp of what we got, we'll definitely let you know if there's something that you need to be concerned about. Because one of the other things we concerned about, and obviously, when I say this, I have no indication that this happened. But sometimes we'll get people that will manufacture their own. And plus, he has access to grandkids. Not saying he did, and I'm not saying that at all. And we have no indication that happened, but that is always a fear. And I want to make sure that, that's not something that he did. So,
right. And I don't think he's ever really been alone with them either.
Yeah.
And they're only 2 and 3, so.
yeah.
Well, and I can't speak for what the bond will be when he gets a bond, but it'll probably say he can't have contact with children, just because of the type of
So
charge
would
this is.
that would be forever?
Well, no, it's
Not
just a
necessarily,
bond.
not. Just
depends
do it while
what
he's on
comes in
bond.
the
Yeah,
case.
so just till the case is, settled. I mean, that'll be a condition that he won't be able to have access. And they might even say unsupervised. So he won't be able to do one-on-one with the grandkids, whatever. But
But you will if someone's.
and that's stuff that the courts can
Depends,
decide.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My granddaughters love him. None. I can't believe of the. This is probably my kids calling me. Because I told them that, I had to come home and,
Yeah.
they.
If they have questions, and you can give them my number, and
Okay.
I'll talk to them too if they have questions.
I know my son may call you. I don't know if my
Is he the one that's in the military?
Oh, they were both in the
No.
military. My daughter did 4 years in the Marines, and my son did 9 years in the Navy.
Oh, wow.
He was in the submarines. So
Oh,
And now he's in Marquette training to be a lawyer.
oh,
So that's why I say my son will.
oh! He'll have.
But
You'll have the legal
I think
questions.
he said 2 years in for the lawyer.
Oh, yeah, he's got a little bit yet.
Military.
Have
Yeah.
him reach out.
Yep.
Try to answer.
Any questions he has. So, yeah. So this is a copy of the search warrant, everything we were looking for, and it's kind of a lot of words. So,
So, and you don't know how long he'll be there then?
It would be, like I said, once he gets the bond hearing tomorrow, it depends on what they give him. If they give him a cash bond, then he'll have to pay him out to get out, or a signature bond. I don't know what they'll do. So, in situations like this, a lot of times we see that it is a cash bond. So that he'll have to pay some money to get out of jail. And I don't know how much they'll, so.
And I don't know what I'd want to tell my work. Like, you know.
Yeah, and that's entirely up to you. You know, unfortunately, these do make press releases, obviously. So, but obviously that won't be today. But after the criminal complaint's out tomorrow, so that may be a possibility. So,
like, how did they find out? Like, just stuff on the internet?
So basically, there's the law states that any internet, anybody that provides services. So Discord is an internet service provider. So by law, if they see anybody that is either engaging or sending inappropriate images or engaging with children, if they see any of that on their server, by law, they have to report that. Okay, and then what they do is they report it to the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children out in DC. Okay, and so what they report is, like an IP address, account name, all this information. NCMEC then completes what's called a CyberTip. The CyberTip is then what state it comes back to. So then they figured out it comes back to Wisconsin. NCMEC sends it to the state of Wisconsin. The DCI out of Madison looks at it. They say which affiliate. So I'm one of the affiliates for the ICAC task force for the state, what jurisdiction it falls in, and then I get assigned that CyberTip. So, and one of the things they do is with the IP address, they do subpoenas. So it linked the IP address used was the Wi-Fi here, and that's what it linked it back to the residents here. So, and then he had actually sent like selfie-style photos, so you can actually see his face in the photos. So you can identify him. So
some of that surprises me. I know he did his chats, but
yeah,
which I
unfortunately it's it's an addiction, and once you even though he was caught doing it and he knows he's not supposed to do it, it's an addiction in his mind, and he had to do it. So, but I think it led to where we're at with looking at how many files. Just to be on the one external hard drive, there was over 6,000 files in that folder where we pulled 5 videos of child. So potentially there could be thousands of more. So
that's the hardest part, is the child.
Yeah. Like I said, once we get stuff, we have more understanding, I can let you know. If your kids have questions, they can give me a call on my cell number. All right.
And that's just a number that you called, man?
Yep, that's that cell number. That's my work cell number, so I always have it on me. All right? All right, so his keys are right there. All righty.
Thank you.
Yeah, take care.
Before officers stepped foot inside, they had a judicially authorized warrant. That matters. The Fourth Amendment requires probable cause, a neutral magistrate, and particularity, meaning the warrant must describe exactly what they're looking for and where. Nobody answered the door. Officers announced themselves repeatedly, got no response, and breached. Under the Supreme Court's analysis in United States v. Banks from 2003, forced entry is lawful when circumstances indicate that waiting is futile. The knock-and-announce rule codified at the federal level and recognized in Wisconsin was satisfied here. Announce, wait, no response, enter. The sequence was clean. Once inside, investigators immediately located the home office. The computer, the desk, the external hard drives, all of it fell squarely within what the warrant described. That's the particularity requirement working exactly as intended. At 8 minutes and 3 seconds, the detective told Thomas he was being placed under arrest. 18 seconds later, Thomas asked, "Do I have any rights to representation?" The detective said yes, immediately, and stopped talking about the case. That's it. That's the correct response. The Sixth Amendment right to counsel attaches the moment adversarial proceedings begin. Once Thomas invoked it, All interrogation had to stop. The rule comes from Messiah versus United States, 61 years old and still routinely violated. Not here. But there's a problem. No Miranda warning was captured on camera before the arrest announcement. The Supreme Court held in Miranda versus Arizona that custodial interrogation requires those warnings first, and Thomas was in custody the moment the detective said he was being arrested. Thomas had been answering questions before that moment about the chats, about his devices. Any statement he made in that window, without warnings, is potentially suppressible. A competent defense attorney will look at this closely, and they should. Then came the phone. The detective asked Thomas about a passcode. Thomas said the phone used Face ID. The detective referenced the warrant's authorization to compel biometric access. Thomas didn't resist. But this deserves more scrutiny than it got. The Fifth Amendment protects against compelled self-incrimination. The Supreme Court has held that purely physical acts, handing over a key, providing a fingerprint, are not testimonial. But facial recognition is different from a fingerprint in ways courts are still working through. The 11th Circuit in United States versus Payne in 2021 said compelled biometric unlocking is a physical act, not testimony, so no Fifth Amendment violation. Other district courts disagree. The Supreme Court hasn't settled it. This case landed squarely in that open question. After invoking counsel, Thomas made a comment minimizing the child-related charge, mentioning role play. That statement came after a valid invocation. Whether it was spontaneous or subtly elicited by the custodial environment matters enormously under Messiah. Riley versus California from 2014 says police cannot search a phone incident to arrest without a warrant. Officers here had one that box was checked. But the biometric compulsion question is separate, and it wasn't resolved by having a warrant. On the evidence, one hard drive, preliminary review, over 6,000 files in a single folder, 5 videos confirmed on the spot. Under Wisconsin Statute 948.12, each discrete file is a potential separate count. 6 felony charges from one afternoon search. Now the grades. Detective Guyot receives an A-. He honored the right to counsel instantly and executed a legally sound warrant. The deduction. No documented Miranda warning on camera before the arrest. A gap that creates real suppression exposure downstream. The Juneau County Sheriff's Office receives an A. The investigation was built correctly from the ground up. CyberTip, subpoena, IP address linkage, warrant application, judicial authorization, then execution. That's how the system is supposed to work. Thomas receives a B-. Asking for an attorney stopped the interrogation cold. That was exactly right. The deduction is for the comment he made right after. Explaining himself in that moment is what defense attorneys spend careers telling clients not to do. He also voluntarily cooperated with the Face ID request without any apparent understanding of the constitutional question it raised. Had counsel been present, that access may have been contested. It wasn't, and that may matter at the forensic evidence stage. Thomas pled no contest to count 1. The remaining 5 counts were dismissed, but read into the sentencing record, the judge saw all of them. 3 years in prison, 5 years of extended supervision, sex offender registration, 0 contact with anyone under 18. So what does this case actually teach? 3 things. First, the CyberTip pipeline works. Discord filed the mandatory report, federal law routed it correctly, and investigators followed it to a warrant. The system was designed to catch exactly this, and it did. Second, Miranda isn't a formality. The failure to capture a warning on camera before the arrest created a real suppression risk. 1 extra minute of documented procedure would have protected the evidentiary record considerably better. Third, the law on compelled biometrics is unsettled. Courts are divided. The Supreme Court hasn't ruled. Every case touching Face ID or fingerprint unlock sits in contested territory. Both investigators and suspects need to understand that before the moment comes, not during it. The right to remain silent means nothing if you don't use it. Thomas knew to ask for a lawyer. He just didn't stop talking. Those 2 things pulled against each other, and that tension is the most instructive moment in 34 minutes of footage. Let us know if there is an interaction or legal topic that you would like us to discuss in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to check out our channel for even more police interaction and courtroom content.